It's Gorman in the morning with Fletcher and Ryder. Now, 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning. Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Good Wednesday morning. It is November the 5th. And holy smokes, it's the morning, they tell me.
That's what they say.
Whoo, baby. I'm along with Paul Fletcher.
I saw Frank Caliendo last night. Super unique show. Awesome stuff at Acme, as always.
Oh, well done, sir. Ryder?
I would just die. I would scream and run away.
If I had as little sleep as I'm sure Steve had, I would just die. I'd be leaving the studio right now. How was the show last night?
Death is not an option when one must rock. Show is great. I'm in Chicago, day 2 in Chicago after last night's Howl Owl Howl gig. It was fantastic.
Did any of the big bosses get drunk?
You know what? I think they might have because I didn't see them afterwards.
Ooh.
They were there before, all bright and bushy-tailed. And then after the show, they were suspiciously not to be found.
Ha.
And I've not heard from them either. Like, no, hey, thanks. That was great. So actually, they probably lasted through like half a song and then split. You know the way bosses do.
Yeah,
Bosses
for sure.
are the worst.
They don't understand rock and roll anymore.
No, man, not a chance. I don't understand a lot of things, but I do know that the people of Chicago enjoy a good rock and roll show, and they have, what's it called? Beer in every place you go in town.
Yes.
And when you say, like, hey, I'll just have one. I'll just do one. I'll have one, another one. And then you end up and it's, 5:58 a.m. And you're like, whoa, hey, whoo.
Yeah.
But you know what? It reminds me that life is to be lived.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Let's get to it, shall we? I'm feeling Minnesota, Paul Fletcher. It is a Wednesday morning. I could use some headlines.
All right, Election Day went down yesterday, and in St. Paul, there was a stunning upset in the race for mayor with State Rep Kaylee Herr ousting her former boss, Melvin Carter. Her campaign only began 3 months ago, so it's pretty stunning. The Minneapolis mayoral race was too close to call, so that'll go to another round of voting today. In the Senate, Republican Michael Holmstrom won as a replacement for late Senator Bruce Anderson, and Democrat Amanda Henningsen Jagger won to replace Nicole Mitchell.
Fair enough.
Yep.
I'm happy to know we have results. Everybody voted. Good. More people should always vote. Everyone should always vote.
A UPS wide-body cargo plane crashed on Tuesday and erupted into a fireball moments after takeoff from the international airport in Louisville. 3 aboard the plane and 4 on the ground were killed. 11 more were injured. Flames from the crash ignited a string of fires in an industrial corridor adjacent to the airport, forcing authorities to halt flight operations through the night. The Louisville airport, which is home to the UPS Worldport, a global hub for shipping, the shipping company's air cargo operations and its largest package handling facility worldwide, was expected to reopen this morning.
That footage is horrifying.
It's insane.
If you haven't seen, I wouldn't encourage you to go, but if you want to see it, you can see it. I haven't seen an update as to whether or not Louisville has actually opened up, but they said this morning sometime.
That airport is right alongside the interstate. I-65, cutting right through the heart of Louisville. And I've driven by that thing a million times, and my first thought was the number of people that would have been able to see that happen and heard it happen, and then the smell and the sound and the whole thing is thousands. I mean, at rush hour, next to the major throughway through the heart of that city. I mean, not that it matters, but I just thought, like, how do you keep your car on the road when that's happening over to your left or over to your right? Just an absolutely horrifying situation.
Yeah, absolutely. A Delta flight scheduled to depart for Minneapolis from LaGuardia in New York City was evacuated before taking off due to an unknown security threat. Passengers boarded the plane. They pushed from the gate, then were suddenly stopped. They waited for about 40 minutes, boarded by authorities from the back of the plane. Then they evacuated out the back of the plane. As of 8 hours ago, that's all we know. It's nuts.
Did they get to go down the slide?
I think they had steps.
Okay.
Stuff like this used to happen on planes every day, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Right. That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Back. It's still, it's just one of those. We don't need to know. I mean, unless something happens, unless a guy dressed as Bozo the Clown was serving margaritas on a flight from New York, I don't need to know about it.
Okay.
Just saying.
Put me on that plane.
Of course, I say that as the guy who then goes down a rabbit hole and looks at every headline about an airplane, anything, always. So it's really more of a me problem.
You have an app on your phone to watch the freaking flights go over your house, and I know you're addicted to it.
I am. It's important to know that that's not the Frankfurt flight. That's the Amsterdam flight. Come on. Get in the game, everybody.
A very similar controversy happened, but it was way out in deep space.
Okay.
Astronomers are reporting a major event in outer space where the biggest and most distant black hole ever recorded just swallowed a star 30 times bigger than our sun. They say the rare occurrence in the black hole, located about 10 billion light years away, caused cosmic fireworks that lit up the universe with the power of 10 trillion suns.
Damn.
At its peak, it was 30 times brighter than any black hole flare ever seen. The discovery is changing what astronomers know about black holes. They're not just quiet giants sitting in the center of galaxies. They're dynamic, unpredictable, and capable of major events like this. To me, this is an example of the English language where all the sentences are complete, the punctuation's correct, and the sentence and it all makes sense, except none of it makes sense at all.
I'm very content to say things like the Big Dipper looks like a saucepan.
Yeah,
that stuff's fascinating, but for the very reason you just mentioned, Blood George, I don't understand any of it.
Yeah.
It's just too big and too consequential to even get my little dinosaur mini T-Rex arms around ever.
I'll just say this: when I said 30 times bigger than the sun, have you seen the graphic of the sun next to the Earth?
Real big.
Real big. And now we're talking 30, what? What? It doesn't even make sense.
I just feel like the Soundgarden video was right. Like, it's coming.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll be swallowed up eventually.
Soundgarden always had the answers.
That's
we
right.
just asked the wrong question.
Mm-hmm. Socrates, Magellan, Soundgarden. Magellan doesn't fit in there. Negative. Wolfgang Van Halen confirmed that his father, Eddie Van Halen, had considered a kitchen sink Van Halen tour with Michael Anthony, Sammy Hagar, and David Lee Roth, but it didn't happen due to Eddie's health.
That's a bummer.
That would have been wild.
Nothing against old Wolfie. I mean, your dad's Ed, your uncle's Alex, and they're tired of having a guy like Michael Anthony around. I mean, bands are hard work. But yeah, that one never really added up to me. I was like, come on, Michael Anthony? He's the fall guy? Come on.
Yeah. He actually had been on he had not been on good terms with them for over a decade, and he took a pay cut to participate in the 04 tour with Hagar. Michael Anthony did. So, man, that kitchen sink tour, though, I would have went to that.
I thought you were going to say he was considering building a guitar out of a kitchen sink, and I was going to go, yeah, that would have checked out. Yeah. He would have made it sound good.
You're probably right. The Hooters restaurant chain is replacing the skimpy uniforms once worn by servers with more modest attire, and they're going to move away from sex appeal to focus more on food and service. The Florida businessmen who created Hooters more than 4 decades ago have taken back full control of the company and vowed to restore its 1980s beach bar vibe and return the chain's family-friendly origins.
Okay, wait, is that real or are they rewriting history? Did Hooters actually have family-friendly origins? Do you two know? Because I was too young to know what a Hooter was in the 80s.
This sounds to me like some dudes cashed out and never figured out a new hobby.
Right?
Guys, you could be golfing.
Yeah.
You could be playing bingo. You could be working on that, your Stairmaster technique, anything other than saving Hooters from itself.
The wonderful AI engine of Google says the founder's original vision for Hooters is to be a fun beach-themed hangout with wings, beer, and a relaxed atmosphere that was inclusive to families. And then it shifted over time.
And then those Wall Street bastards called, made us an offer we couldn't refuse.
They said, get out the cleavage.
So, we got Hooters, huh? Well, I got an idea for what Hooters could represent, right? See?
Bob Dylan has accepted an honorary Doctor of Music degree from Berklee College of Music, recognizing Bob Dylan's influence on modern music and his commitment to creative exploration. Dylan's deep immersion in African-American blues parallels much of Berklee's curriculum, rooted in American music traditions. It's the first such honor from an American institution since 1970. Bob Dylan dropped out of University of Minnesota in 1959 after just one semester.
He got through one, huh?
Yeah.
Are we sure that he finished that one semester? Something tells me around October 1st he went, well, I guess I'll get some bus fare to New York.
Yeah, I cannot confirm that he finished that semester, but that's what he's getting credited for in this.
There's some muso kid who's, like right now going like, why am I even in this school if they're going to give a guy like him an award?
Sure.
Bob Dylan, proving for decades that you don't have to be a good singer to be a great singer.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's right.
This Thanksgiving, Kraft is serving up an unusual twist on its traditional macaroni and cheese. The company has revealed an all-new apple pie flavored mac and cheese. The new limited time Kraft mac and cheese apple pie flavor brings together two holiday meal classics, mac and cheese and apple pie. Designed to be a conversation starter at the Thanksgiving table, the flavor combines the familiarity of Kraft mac and cheese with the cinnamon and tart green apple flavors for a sweet and savory.
Here's spokesperson Jason Biggs.
Oh.
Who else could be the face of new Kraft mac and cheese apple pie flavor other than me? America's Pie Guy.
Yes.
Look, I made apple pie famous once. I'm ready to do it again. And by do it, I mean, no, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm all about the resurgence
Wow.
of Jason Biggs right now.
You are?
Oh, yeah. American Pie came out when I was in high school.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And do either of you with a slice of apple pie ever go for a slice of cheese on top?
That's what I was thinking. I thought that was a thing. No,
Oh,
I do
it's
not.
very
No,
much a
I do
thing.
not. But this must be trying to capture that flavor. It can't be that weird, can it?
No, I mean there are places you go, diners in the Northeast, definitely a staple. If you order a slice of apple pie, they will put a slice of cheese on there unless you say not to. I've seen that many times.
What?
Not that I'm ordering apple pie, but I'm aware of the fact that other people are, and they assume, well, yeah, there's going to be a slice of cheddar on top of that bad boy.
Oh, I was just going to ask. So it's generally cheddar? That's the usual?
As far as I can tell.
Wow. Interesting.
Because trust me, I'm not having cheese on my apple pie.
Me neither. I'm just going to pass on that.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Especially the powder that's in a Kraft mac and cheese. It doesn't taste like cheese. It's got its own flavor.
Oh, no, no. When you put mac in front of cheese, you legally are removing actual cheese from the conversation.
That's true.
Hey, let's talk sports. Last night, the Wild got a win over the Nashville Predators in overtime, 3-2. A bizarre game. My gosh, the Wild had a 1-0 lead, blew it. A 2-1 lead, blew it. That lead, a goal was scored with about, I don't know, a little less than a second on the clock in regulation, if I'm not mistaken.
0.3 seconds.
0.3 seconds. That is definitely less than 1 second.
Correct.
So we go into overtime, and then Johansson gets a goal. The puck went over the goal line, but never into the net because Nashville Predators keeper Justice Anunen had moved the net out of the way. He slammed into his own goal, moved it off its line. And when Johansson's shot went over the line, they called it a goal, even though it never actually. It's a really bizarre one of those plays where you think, are they going to stop play? But when the goalie himself moves the goal, no, you keep playing.
Okay.
Well, yeah, when he and actually his initial shot went into the side of the net. They awarded the goal simply because he moved the net off its mark. You can't purposely move it, and that's what they determined.
Man, tough day at work for him.
Yeah, he
no
gave up a
kidding.
goal without actually giving up a goal. So it's crazy.
We'll take the win any way we can get it. A 6-game homestand ends with a winning streak.
There we go.
How about
Come
that?
on. Let's do it. Speaking of winning streak, the Gopher women are 1-0 on the season. They beat North Dakota 91-47. I'll do the math for you. That is an ass stomping.
Yeah. Good math skills.
Minnesota Twins yesterday, first time Derek Shelton, the new manager, met with the media at Target Field. Tom Kelly was on hand to show support.
TK.
Yeah, they're like talking, they want everybody to recognize, hey, man, it's just continuity from 91 to now. But here's an interesting thing. Derek Shelton, who, of course, was the Pirates manager for 6 seasons until he was fired earlier this year. One thing he said I thought was interesting. I'm not going to use the term rebuild. We're going to develop young players. We already have good young players. Coach speak. I always love coach speak.
Okay.
You going to rebuild the team? Don't say rebuild. Okay, I won't. What are you going to call it then? We suck. We're not going to suck later. That's a rebuild.
We hope we're not going to suck later.
On this day in 1997, the Milwaukee Brewers became the first Major League Baseball team to switch leagues in the entire 20th century.
That's right. That's
They
right.
went from the American to the National. This is 1997, which my math tells me is 28 years ago. And I, for one, still have to stop, take a breath, and go, Oh, they're in the National League. That's right.
It's so bizarre seeing them in like standings with the Cubs, even this much longer, much later.
Me.
It's bizarre.
Growing up an Orioles fan, the Brewers in the late 70s and early 80s and the Orioles had some very, very legendary postseason spats, if you will.
Yeah.
And I grew up hating the Brewers. And I still imagine them in the American League. I cannot. The Houston Astros, I don't care what league they're in. Who cares? But the Brewers, to me, are forever in the American League, and I'm talking about it so maybe this will finally break through, and I'll recognize this is an NL team. Golden Valley? Oh, listen to you, Golden Valley. You Northwestopolis, you.
There it is. There it is.
There it is.
Westopolis.
Nailed it.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Let's talk biopics. Sports biopics specifically. Greatest ever. And can I just clarify one thing off the top? Let's not offer up any fictional movies like Rocky. Okay, Rocky didn't exist. He was an invention. So if I could be so bold, let's talk about sports biopics about real people. And I don't even care if the story's entirely accurate, but it's got to at least start with a real person.
Okay.
And for everyone who's going to go, but Rocky was based on Chuck Wepner. No, but based on and is very different. So let's try to keep it within the realm of actually happening. Sorry, Fletcher.
No, I was just going to say that most biopics are, there are inaccuracies in almost all of them. They enhance things for dramatic purposes. So.
When I say sports biopic, just whether it's your favorite or not, what's the first one that comes to mind? I think that's a good place to start. Ryder,
Okay.
What is it?
D2, The Mighty Ducks.
No.
No?
That's not.
Wow.
What? He just laid out the rules.
I said, what's the first one that comes to mind?
Gordon Bombay's not a real person?
Oh, my God.
Man.
Okay.
I saw you on the text line, nix somebody saying Field of Dreams, and now you're going to throw out D2? Come on now.
Okay, so my real answer is, and I don't think this one gets as much love as it should because it's a freaking great movie, but it's I, Tonya with Margot Robbie as Tanya Harding. Allison Janney's freaking great in this thing. And it's an event that I remember very vividly because that video of Nancy Cardigan getting her knee, the was all over the news, was over Leno. It was everywhere for months.
Nancy Cardigan, that's the part that made me laugh.
What did I say? Oh.
Nancy Cardigan. Which, you know what, is really, well she was presented as Nancy Cardigan. She's from Massachusetts. And Tanya's from the trailer park.
So good.
Great.
That was funny.
Okay, couple of thoughts. First things first. Allison Janney, every time I see her, I'm like, well, she just plays the same character in everything she's in. And then I go, gosh, she's great.
Yeah.
She's just
so
awesome in everything.
Good. Yep.
And then my other thought on that movie was I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, for God's sakes, Margot Robbie is Tanya Harding. Talk about stretching the bounds of reality. And then, it's just a great movie.
Yeah.
Just
it's
fantastic.
freaking good.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to give myself a point for that one. What do you guys got?
Anybody that doesn't remember that, you missed the whole glorious time in life when anytime anybody was accused of or especially convicted of assaulting someone else, you would refer to them as, oh, he galoolied that guy.
Yes.
Yep.
The galooli was a word we should have held on to a little more tightly, I think.
Galooly's such a great name.
Galooly's a great name and a great adjective and a great verb, all of it.
And I'm pretty sure that was Paul Walter Hauser that played it in I, Tonya.
Oh, sure
I'm
was.
pretty sure that was Galooly.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Fletcher, what comes to your mind? I'm going to guess.
Okay.
May I offer this and tell me honestly if it's true?
Okay.
I'm going to imagine that you're talking about Kurt Russell. You're talking about Herb Brooks. And I'm going to say your first thought is Miracle.
I actually had, if it's possible to have two simultaneous first thoughts, I did.
Is?
Because they both start with M. Miracle and Moneyball. They're both
I like Moneyball.
They're just, the rewatchability of them. The thing I love about Miracle, and I just got goosebumps saying this, is it's the most, I believe it's the greatest upset in sports history. And the way the film is framed and the way it's put together is brilliant. Every single time I watch it, I'm like, how the hell are they going to beat these guys? Every time I watch it. Not only do I know what reality is, but then in the film, it's just, and I love the idea that they went and got hockey players to and taught them to act rather than actors and taught them to skate. So the action's authentic and shot the hell out of it. And then Moneyball, Brad Pitt, Jonah Hill. What more can you say?
That's a good point about Miracle. It's so important. I can't accept any movie where the sports action is so clearly not well done.
Right.
Like when you see a guy like Matt Damon in that awful Bagger Vance movie, and it's obvious he's never seen a golf club, much less held one, much less swung one before they made that movie. It's like, sorry, I can't possibly take this seriously. The Miracle on Ice, of course, which is what the Miracle's about. My favorite explanation for how we beat the Russians came from the X-Files, if you remember, where the smoking man was in the locker room with the Russians before the game, and Tretiak, the Russian goalie, he drugged him. Do you remember that little flashback from the X-Files?
Yeah.
He gave him a tap on the shoulder, and he had a little sticky thing. He stuck him with a little imperceptible numbing agent, and it dulled his senses.
That makes sense.
That's the funniest thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh, my God, we can't even have the Miracle on Ice anymore because the X-Files have to ruin everything. 651-989-ROCK. That's your Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line. Greatest sports biopics. Here's my hot take. Ready?
Okay, let's hear it.
A lot of people are going to go, oh, my God, Scorsese, Raging Bull, De Niro. It's amazing. Joe Pesci. And it is an amazing movie.
Yep.
The reason I'm going to say no thank you is you try to rewatch it. It's so hard to get. It's so dark. It's so intense. It is a tremendous film, but it's hardly like, oh, let's stick on Raging Bull tonight. It's like, no, I got to be in a really dark place to begin with, and I don't like going back there very often. Great movie, but I'm not putting that up. You mentioned Moneyball. I'll watch it right now. You put it on, I am sucked in every time.
And I don't know about you guys, but I want a biopic like this to be uplifting. I mean, I realize it's the cheesy, cliche Hollywood ending, but I want it to be uplifting. I want it to be inspiring, you know? I mean, Rudy is another one that comes to mind for me. King Richard was great. Sorry, I'm just going to... What? Go ahead.
I almost mentioned Rudy because I too like an uplifting film, which is why I never watched that because I hate Notre Dame.
Oh, that's fair. So the most popular response by far on the text line, Bill, Drew, Dr. Bill. I think those are Dr. Bill and Bill are two different guys. Adam and a host of others all said Brian's song.
Oh, why do you even have to mention it?
I know.
There's a generation of American men who only cry when you say those two words together.
It's totally true.
I've been putting off watching Brian's song. It isn't something I would have come into in real time, but
no. Oh my God, Brian's song, and in the 70s they'd play it like 3 times a year on ABC.
Oh really?
Like there it is again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you just hear 5 seconds of that song and it's over. You know, it's like, oh, forget it.
Mouth said one that was close to my heart, and he wrote it in all caps. He said, OMG, how could I forget Ford v. Ferrari?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, my God, the acting chops in that. And
fantastic.
It really, really is.
Keep them coming. 651-989-ROCK, the Luther Westside Volkswagen talking text line.
Steve, what's your official pick?
Yeah, we didn't get that.
You've said a couple that you're not into. What one are you into?
True. Well, the first one, when I was thinking, okay, well, which ones did I like? What do I really enjoy? And I think The Fighter is the one about it's Mark Wahlberg and Christian Bale.
Yep.
And oh my gosh, I'm spacing on the actual Mickey Ward. That movie is so incredible for a couple reasons. One is it spawned an amazing Heidi Gardner character on SNL, which is every boxer's girlfriend in every movie. So I mean that alone gives it a gold star in my book. But The Fighter's pretty hard to beat in terms of just, you got to be kidding me. This is real. These are real people. It's absolutely outstanding. And because of course every generation has every now and again there's always like, we haven't seen a boxing movie in a while because boxing movies are staples. They've always been a part of Hollywood, and that was sort of like, holy crap, we can still make great boxer movies. Who knew? Yeah, so many good ones. 651-989-ROCK, keep them coming. Did I mention River Falls? I don't think I did.
I don't think you
River
did either.
Falls.
Oh, man.
They've got a nice river, actually.
River Falls. That'll be the biopic about what went down at the Viper Room on Halloween '93.
What?
Real quick. River Phoenix, a little tough moment there on the side.
I was with you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, well played.
So last night in Chicago at the Metro, a pretty legendary spot, played a gig, and this was kind of cool. So the Metro's been rocking the world since 1982. I thought it was actually even longer than that, but that's 3 years.
Yeah, it's a
we
good
were
run.
on stage last night, and Mike Mills, bassist in Howl Owl Howl, founding member, of course, of Forever Partner and a member of the band REM, mentioned on the stage, I used to be in a band, and we were the first people ever to play this place.
Oh, no way.
I was like, wait,
wow.
what? And so, yeah, like when the Metro first opened, and the Metro it's Chicago's got a lot of venues, but you could say it's their First Avenue.
Yes.
It's their 930 Club. It's the 40 Watt. It's just one of those iconic clubs that really in the 80s turned into the place every band on its way up had to stop in and play.
Wow.
And it's right down the street from Wrigley Field, the hotel. Looking out of my hotel, I was looking like a 100 feet, it felt like, right from the friendly confines. It's right there across the street. So a day spent in Wrigleyville, which just reminded me that, every good thing comes to an end. And Wrigleyville used to be kind of dirty and kind of cool. And now it's just like going to Broadway in Nashville or the Vegas Strip. It's all new. It's all shiny. It's all sparkly. And there's a Tom Brady trading card store right there.
Damn.
I'm so glad I got to Wrigleyville when I did, because that doesn't sound awesome.
Sounds a lot like Uptown.
Wrigleyville very much needs to smell like stale beer, not like Hattie B's hot chicken.
If your feet aren't sticking to the pavement when you take steps, then what are we really doing?
That's exactly right.
Okay, quick question about the show last night. Did you guys play the same set as in Indy, or are you mixing it up every night?
We did play the same set.
Okay.
It flowed because, it's tricky when you're playing a set that is at least half of it, no one's heard the songs before they're seeing your band. And so the flow is really important. And we spent way more time than you might think putting that set list together for the first night, because we were really discussing and thinking about how it would move. And it worked out really well. It was worth all the time we spent.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, why mess with that? Let's just see. And we'll probably continue. I don't know, because it's like, you don't want to, even if it's only 2 or 3 shows, it's real easy in the band to be like, oh, come on. With this again, you shaking it up. Even if you play the same songs, just rearranging them a little bit is always like it's like when you go on that first can of beer. It's like, doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
It's refreshing. So we'll see what happens. But no, it was the same set. And same thing. It's funny. We have a couple songs that are very much like, there's one absolute ballad. There's another one that's almost like a marching drum, dirgy sort of stirring song, a call to action, if you will.
Okay.
And both of those songs went over huge both nights.
Okay.
Like people really listening to the lyric and really paying attention. And there were the 2 songs that we even said, like, well, we might not even play this one. And then we went with it. And both nights, it's like, those are the ones people were really inspired by. So it just goes to show that we don't know anything.
Okay, so all these other songs, when are the rest of us going to get to hear them? That's what I want to know.
You just got to know somebody in the band.
Okay. Well, that's not working.
I don't know.
I mean, that's helpful for us, but
we're gonna. I didn't know you were. I thought that's what you were talking about. Just the 3 of us. I don't know. We're figuring it out. We do have. We're looking at our options to figure out. Sometime in 26 and not late 26, we'll have a bunch more music out there and available, and we will be in the Twin Cities, plugging in amps and hitting drums live in person and all that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, one other question. Do you guys do any covers that aren't from previous projects?
Not yet. We have a few that we all kind of ran through. We could whip them out if the moment appears, but so far so good with just doing all of our music new and old.
You've got some catalog to pull from, but I was just curious.
Tom Brady, NFL legend, commentator on Fox Sports, and now a guy who has his own like trading card shops, collector cards, has announced, oh, by the way, this dog that I walk around with and post online occasionally, Junie. Yeah, Junie looks a lot like my old dog, Lua, and that's because Junie is a clone of Lua. Tom Brady had the family dog. The dog died in 2023. And then all of a sudden in 2024, he's walking around with a dog that looks just like that dog that died because it's a clone.
Damn.
That's weird.
The answer to the question, what if you had unlimited money?
Right,
exactly.
Trading cards, Raiders, and a dog that's like your other dog.
So, there's some advantages to cloning dogs, I would imagine, in that the consistency. If you have, let's just look through the social media lens as we all view life now. you watch somebody over 30 years and they constantly have the same dog in all their photos. Mm-hmm. Here I was in college. Here I am at 30. Here's my 40th. I'm 52 years old, and there's the same dog every time. It'd be kind of cool. It's like Slash's top hat. It always looks good. So, but otherwise, I don't know, man. I mean, if you could, would you clone a pet? And if so, what if you could only clone one pet from your life? Would it be hard to pick that one? I mean, this raises so many interesting questions. If you clone a dog, if you're Tom Brady and you clone Lua and you get a new dog named Junie, is it the same dog personality-wise? Does it act the same? Does it respond to your voice the same way? This is kind of fascinating, kind of creepy. This is very Black Mirror.
It very much is. I did a little digging when we decided we were going to talk about this, and it would. The science says it would not be the same dog. It's a different dog.
Okay.
So, but the genetics are still there. So it essentially would be like a very close brother or sister. Essentially, is what I'm gathering from it. But it would not be the exact same dog. But you'd have high chances of getting essentially the same dog because you're cloned from the same.
Well, I mean, who among us hasn't looked at their significant other's siblings and gone, she's actually hotter than you? So, I mean, I get it.
Wow.
Well, I'm just saying.
Wow.
This is
I didn't say that, honey.
I'll say this. I immediately go to, I would have cloned Clementine. And my wife would say the same thing. My wife right now would be like, wait, you're telling me if we just sell everything we own, we can get Clementine back? And she'd be like, do it. Let's go. Because that was our greatest dog ever.
Yeah.
Nothing but love for Chauncey, but I'm not cloning those lungs again. Are you kidding me?
No, I can understand that.
If we could clone him and get him a healthier set of lungs that don't blow snot all over me every day, maybe.
All right.
I wonder if you could take the genetics of Chauncey and Clementine and make...
Now you're just making Frankenstein dog.
Ultra dog.
Well, both of them are mutts anyway. They're already Frankenstein dogs.
Yeah, okay.
Ultra dog.
But Ryder, it's funny because I realized you and Mr. Ryder have cloned animals, and then I was like, oh wait, no, they're not clones. They just live 200 years because they're tortoises.
They're tortoises. Yeah.
Right.
So there are pictures where you're like 20 years old and then 40 years old, and you have the same freaking tortoise. Right. And there will be one where we're 60 years old, and probably like there will be our headstones, and there will be the tortoises sitting right there because they never die.
Oh, but if you had to, would you clone one of the tortoises?
Would I clone a tortoise? No. Why would I want two tortoises? We already have too many tortoises. We have 4 tortoises, and that's too many.
Let's say the favorite tortoise passes, and you have the unlimited funds. Would you clone said tortoise?
No, you can just go get another one. They freaking live forever, and people need to like put them into a trust after they die. There's plenty of tortoises.
Okay, yeah. What favorite tortoise? I just love the way that he would almost move. I mean, how do you know the difference between tortoises?
The lines on the shell.
They're different breeds of tortoises. One's called a red-footed tortoise, and guess what? It has red feet and is from the Amazon. The other 2 are Russian. You would find them in Russia. And then there's a Mediterranean, a Greek tortoise. She's from the Mediterranean.
Okay, I'm good with all those, but just
I like
don't
the
turn your
Russian
back
ones.
on that Russian. That's all I'm saying.
No, you can trust the Russian tortoise with your life.
No, with the kitty cats, I'm not cloning. Your kitty cat doesn't have the same personality from day to day, and it's the same freaking cat. You're definitely open up the pet cemetery can of worms when you start cloning the kitty cats, and I really hope Mr. Ryder is not up to hear this because he has saved hair from our deceased cats in the hopes that one day he can clone them.
Oh, boy.
What are these cats' names that we're hoping to clone?
Robot and Autumn.
Robot's a good cat name.
No,
I like that.
It was she was a great cat. It was a terrible name.
Well, when you have a name like that, your personality is bound to shine.
Yeah, it really was.
Right.
Come on, man. That's a robot. That's a good name for a pet. I like that.
You know what? I think I would throw caution to the wind. If I had the opportunity, unlimited funds, the dog we have right now, Charlie, I would bring her back. I would throw caution to the wind. I would risk the creepiness and hopes that we just get something close to her because she's far and away the best we've ever had.
Fair enough, man. Charlie getting all kinds of love.
Yeah, Charlie's a good pooch.
And Charlie weighs how much?
Why? You always got to go back to that.
No, I'm just curious.
Like 12 pounds, probably.
Okay. All right. No, I'm just getting an image in my mind. You know what? I wonder if cloning, if they charge by the pound, if it's more for a bigger dog.
Then we would save money.
The way I understand science, it's all size based.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I mean, a couple of Chauncey's poops are the same weight as Charlie. So.
Oh, man, make no mistake. He is definitely, he will draw. In fact, from this day forward, we're going to go, take him out. He's got to go, Charlie.
Wow.
We're going to go
uncalled. That was uncalled for. That's uncalled for.
You opened that door. I just ran through with a smile on my face.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92KQRS.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning on Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Very, very, very happy to talk Vikings this week, aren't we?
Yeah. Duh.
Oh, crazy. Sam Ekstrom, host and executive producer with the Locked On Sports Minnesota Podcast Network, is with us on Gorman in the Morning. Sam, good morning. Before we look ahead, we got to look back. At the end of the game on Sunday, Vikings having defeated the Lions in Detroit, 0 to 10. What was your level of overall shock?
Yeah, fairly high. That they out-physicaled the Lions. Usually teams get beat up by that Detroit team, and by the fourth quarter, their tongues are on the floor and they're breathing hard, and they've been banged around, and the running game wears them down. And it seemed like the Vikings really took it to Detroit physically, and Detroit being the team coming off a bye, that was surprising to me. That was impressive to me. The relentlessness of their blitz. How Detroit seemed a bit ill-prepared for it, how they stifled their run game, and protected JJ McCarthy decently. All of those things were very impressive that made up the win. And I thought the Vikings beat them in all three phases, which does not often happen in that building against that team.
No, and to your point, you win all three phases and still win in a barn burner. It's a cliffhanger till the very end. The special teams, obviously, the blocked field goal is a huge piece of that. The defense, as they said, stepped up, and we have to put quite a shine on JJ McCarthy. I said on Monday, okay, buckle in. This kid's clearly not a merry-go-round. He's a roller coaster.
Yeah, high highs, low lows. I mean, if you're just taking down notes of the good and the bad, both columns, I think, are pretty long. Mm-hmm. You've got some unbelievably high-level throws at big points in the game, in contested situations, like with a defensive back all over Jalen Naylor on the final throw of the game. Yeah. He puts it in exactly the right spot. He used his legs effectively to score a touchdown. But then you've got him turning the wrong way on handoffs. He missed a snap. He threw behind people. There were some real rookie moments for the second-year quarterback, but there was some really high-level stuff that's what gets you excited. If he can mitigate the bad and emphasize the good, like you see the vision of what he could be long-term.
Well, quarterbacking starts above the shoulders, and so far, he's a bright kid, and he seems to be, by everything I've ever read of him and read about him, he's got what it takes. He's going to make the adjustments. I think there's plenty of reason to feel good about this because every quarterback in his position is still very much in the learning curve.
Yeah, it feels like he's got some decision-making things to work through, but he's got some natural leadership abilities, which is really important. You hear the guys talk about his presence in the huddle, his presence in the locker room. He's maybe a bit more advanced as a leader than most 22-year-olds, and that carries you a long way. That can carry you through a lot of adversity. If you're able to shake off some of those bad things, we saw this in the Chicago game that he won as well. Somehow he was able to put all of the bad stuff behind him, move forward, and get a win in the fourth quarter. And he's done that now 2 times in the 3 games we've seen him this year.
We're talking with Sam Ekstrom about the Vikings on Gorman in the Morning. Okay, this week coming in, the Baltimore Ravens, who a few weeks ago, this game would have been like, oh, great, we get the Ravens. But now that Lamar's come back and he's still very much Lamar, that changes everything. But first things first, the Ravens defense is not quite what we're used to seeing from them so far this season.
No, not at all. They're like 24th in points allowed, 27th in yards allowed. That's not the same group that we're accustomed to seeing. And I think that sometimes it works together when you don't have a quarterback. Well, your defense is on the field more, and they're going to be more tired. They're going to look a little worse. So maybe Lamar being back is the antidote that defense needed. But, I mean, Lamar is an MVP caliber player whenever he's on the field. And the plan that you had against an immobile Jared Goff on Sunday is not going to work. They're going to have to come up with a different plan for Lamar Jackson, who is going to, if you force him outside the pocket, he will burn you. He will make a throw on the run. He will run for 20 yards. He's going to make all sorts of plays outside of the scheduled play. So I worry about facing Lamar. It might be a shootout. You may have to go and score in the 30s in this game against their bad defense. This will be another huge test for the Vikings defense. And even at 3-5, the Ravens still, I think, have a really good chance to win their division and make the playoffs just because of how dominant they can be with Lamar on the field.
I would totally agree with that. It is something he is. I mean, we always talk about, well, where's his ring? What has he done? I mean, there's a general, but he always chokes in the playoffs, blah, blah, blah. Well, for whatever it's worth, this isn't a playoff game. This is November, and any chance you have to see a guy like Lamar in person, you got to take advantage of it. He is unlike anybody else in the league.
Yeah, no question about it. The playoff record probably haunts him. And, last year his tight end drops a 2-point conversion and they get eliminated in Buffalo. Like that type of thing happening to Lamar kind of typifies the first, 7 years of his career. But multiple MVPs, no one does it like him. He's a one-of-one type of athlete, one of the most exciting players to watch in the National Football League. It's hard to imagine him being held down too much longer. It's just that he's in the conference with Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Herbert. Like the AFC is way more loaded with generational quarterbacks that Allen doesn't have a ring either, right? Like Mahomes has kind of blocked a lot of guys from getting to the pinnacle when if they were in the NFC, maybe they'd have 2 rings by now.
Talking with Sam Ekstrom. Earlier in the show, Sam, we were talking about great sports biopics. What first comes to mind if I say, give me a good sports biopic? It doesn't even have to be your favorite, but what's the first one that hits you?
Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy. Carrying him off the field. One of my all-time favorites. Grew up with Rudy. I've got all the nostalgia around it. Just a great one. Moneyball. About the 2002 A's with Brad Pitt. That's outstanding.
That's so
Fox
much better
Catcher with Steve Carell. I could go on and on, but those are 3 that come to mind.
Foxcatcher is good.
Forgot about Foxcatcher. Man, is that a tough watch. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Moneyball has no business being half as good as it is. I'm sorry. A baseball GM arguing with scouts should not be compelling. And I missed it when it first came. I saw it for the first time, like just in the last few years. And I think I've watched it 3 times. I just think it's outstanding. And of course, let's not kid ourselves. That Brad Pitt's easy on the eyes, huh?
He's not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad. About a team that didn't even win a playoff series, but still revolutionized the game.
They lost to the Twins, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Sam, let's go ahead and look ahead to Sunday's game. I did want to say one more thing about JJ McCarthy. You mentioned that that leadership in the locker room. Hell, I'll call it lockership.
I like
He's got good
lockership.
Yeah. That leadership, and that's something you can't teach. It's not something his teammates can fake, and it does seem very sincere. And you said, again, he's only 22. I mean, there's a world where he's still playing college football at 22 years old. Plenty of players come out, especially quarterbacks, at 24 and even 25. So we're still dealing with a kid, on top of which he had his own kid right when the season started. He's a new dad. I mean, he really, the fact that he's handling any of this with any degree of success, to me, does speak for the fact that there's something pretty special happening with him. Have you spent any time with him other than just a Q&A? Have you been around him at all?
Yeah, definitely been, just kind of in the aura, not a lot of one-on-one time, but it's clear that he's had a good upbringing. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He had 3 years at a high-level college football program where he had to be media trained. He had to play in big games. If you feel the pressure of a national championship setting in college football, that probably maybe lowers the bar for how it feels in like a regular season NFL game. He's probably got that slower heart rate. He's able to handle these situations. And it seems like he's very meditative as well. If you watch the broadcast on Sunday, they showed the clip of him sitting very zen on the sideline about 4 hours before the game in an empty stadium. So he's kind of got those techniques in his toolbox too, which is pretty mature for a 22-year-old.
All right, Sam, go time. It's Sunday. The Ravens are at U.S. Bank Stadium. What do you think we're going to see?
It is hard to bet against Lamar. I will admit. I think the Vikings defense is going to be in a real bind against a quarterback of this caliber, but they really showed up against Goff. I just don't know if they can outscore Baltimore. I'm going to go kind of a high-scoring game, 33-30. I think Baltimore gets it done. I think it's going to hurt. I think it's going to hurt if they get that close and lose at home. They can't afford too many more losses, but 33-30 Ravens.
Last I saw, Vegas is aligning with you even a little more so. I think it's a 4.5-point spread for the road Ravens right now. Not loving the Vikings even after the win over Detroit. Sam, it's always a pleasure, brother. Thanks so much.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You got it. Hey, KQ's Rock the Pantry kicks off Monday. Through November 21st, we will collect non-perishable food donations at the KQ Studios, 2000 Southeast Elm Street, for the Open Door Pantry. Every donor will get KQ swag and a shot to win awesome prizes like Minnesota Wild tickets, autographed pucks, and a signed Kaprizov jersey.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. More info is available at 92kqrs.com. That is sponsored by MSP Plumbing, Heating, Air.
Yeah, I love that. Especially these days where you got SNAP stuff in question. Let's help people out that need it.
That's very, exactly. Could not be something we feel better about being a part of. Rock the Pantry.
Gorman in the morning. Coming right back. 92 KQRS. Streaming from 92kqrs.com. Gorman in the morning is back. 92 KQRS.
Gorman in the morning, Minnesota's 92 KQRS. Sydney Sweeney has a new film called Christy that's coming out. I spoke to Sydney Sweeney about this movie. It is out Friday. And her preparation for the role, as well as her relationship with the boxing legend that she portrays.
92 KQRS.
Ever been in a boxing ring before taking on this role?
I had been in a ring before, yeah. I grew up kickboxing and grappling.
Fair enough. I was unaware of that because I know a lot of people will probably be and have been surprised to see you associated with this, but that makes perfect sense. So you probably saw something in this that you thought, oh, yeah, I've already got this. And why not flex it? You've got the know-how.
There definitely was a layer of I can't wait to jump back in the ring again. But
yeah,
his story was just so fascinating and inspiring and impactful to me. I was like, I had to be a part of this.
Now, you are not by any stretch from Appalachia, but Spokane isn't exactly the big city. I mean, so was there something relatable to Christy's story? Like you are from, for all intents and purposes, a small town kid, and you've certainly made your mark in a very big way.
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of different parallels between Christy's path and mine. I mean, she fought her way through a lot of adversities and carved a path and something that definitely had to happen in her hometown. And she fought a lot of fights within the ring and outside the ring. I definitely understand that.
For the outsider, someone looking peripherally, you've just had this incredible ascent. I guess clearly behind the scenes, there have been plenty of challenges. And do you look back now on your career, which is no longer a short career, you've been at it a little while. Do you look back and can you see moments that it either or could have very much turned out differently if you'd made a different decision here and there?
Oh, totally. I mean, it started when I was really young. I was like 11, 12 years old, being told no more often than not. Like, I mean, I didn't book anything really of importance until I was like 19, 20 years old, and I got Everything Sucks and Sharp Objects. You're getting turned down and at a very young age when you're learning about yourself and your body's changing and you're in that weird pre-pubescent stage of your life and everyone's saying no to you and you're getting your dream shot down. That's hard. There's definitely moments where you're like, should I go home? Do I want to give up? I'm just really glad that something within me was like a fighter and said no, and this is my dream and I'm going to keep going.
Sydney Sweeney's with us on Gorman in the Morning. Sydney, first of all, 1920 doesn't sound that old, but when it's been half your life, that's all you know. No, that's a real journey to be sure. And again, to your point, nobody has it easy. That said, a female boxer coming out of West Virginia probably has it a little tougher than most.
Yes. She was a trailblazer. She had to fight a lot of fights to get to where she was.
What's your relationship with Christy like?
I have a great relationship with her. I had the honor and privilege of being able to meet her before we started filming and talk with her a bunch. She got in the ring with me and we sparred a little. She gave me techniques. I was terrified. She was on set with us all the time. And now I'm honored to be able to say she's one of my close friends. I love her. She's awesome.
I was going to ask. I imagine it's one thing to think about getting in the ring with someone like that. And then as soon as you do, you're immediately thinking, why did this sound like a good idea?
Well, it was one of those, I was like, wait, okay, are we actually sparring? Are we going hard? I wasn't quite sure. I was very concerned. But she's so much fun. It was a great time. The crew really enjoyed being able to watch it. And it was her first time back in the ring in a while.
Yeah, but something tells me it only took a few seconds for it all to come right back. I don't think you forget that skill set too easily.
No, you never do, especially someone like her.
Start to finish, how long of a time investment was this for you? From the minute you signed on, you have to start training and really getting into it, through the shoot. How much time are we talking?
I started training and transforming my body like the end of June. And then I started filming the end of September and I wrapped around Thanksgiving.
That's a pretty good commitment right there.
It was definitely the longest commitment, like physically, that I've made to a role.
Have you ever played in a film before, an actual person?
Yeah, I have actually multiple times. I played Reality Winner in Reality.
Oh.
And then she's still alive, but then Margaret Whitmer and Ron Howard's movie Eden. She was a real life person.
Right.
And then Snake in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for Ron Tarantino.
Oh, of course. By the way, I feel silly asking because the Reality Winner movie was fantastic. I saw it and loved it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It seems silly to ask, but is there another type of role you haven't played yet, specifically something that might involve a physicality that you have your eye on, or did this open up your ideas to, maybe next I'll do this, or you're looking for something else?
I never really know what I'm going to do next. I like to challenge myself and I like to do things that scare me. So it kind of just depends on what I'm reading, what I'm getting sent, and how I feel about it. Because I always want to do something that challenges me in new ways and pushes me to different limits. So it's not like I'm planning for something. I kind of just wait and see.
The kind of answer that sends a chill right up your agent's spine, I'm sure.
I mean, I'm definitely not the easiest.
Yeah, right on. The movie Christy is from everything I've seen. The trailer looks amazing. I look forward to seeing it. Sydney, thanks so much for taking the time. All the best with it.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Gorman in the Morning with Fletcher and Ryder, 92 KQRS.
All right, here's today's last word. We all, of course, hate mosquitoes.
Yeah,
This is accurate.
They're just in the way. But they do every now and again turn out to be really useful. Like, say, I don't know, if you're a cop in Finland.
Okay.
In 2008, officers were searching an abandoned vehicle that had been stolen, a nice high-end automobile. It was found abandoned after it had been reported stolen. And they were trying to figure out, how do we determine who did this? And they noticed a dead mosquito in the car. And they said, hey, let's test the blood inside that mosquito and see if we get a match. And to everyone's surprise, the DNA matched a man known to the police, a car thief who had been released from prison. And he had been determined to be inside the stolen car because the mosquito had his blood in him.
They freaking Jurassic Parked this dude?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Dude got Jurassic Park right back into the clink. How about that?
You gotta be kidding me. That's insane.
So remember, don't kill that mosquito. Capture it because we could use that for evidence maybe one day.
Yeah.
Sure. You really don't know if that's probably going to happen again.
Unless I'm the perp, then I'll make sure to take the mosquito with me.
Yeah. Kill the mosquito. Take the cannoli.
Imagine the uproar within the mosquito community. That guy's like a hero now. Did you hear what Greg did?
For sure.
That's so Greg. Hey, tomorrow on Gorman in the Morning, Husker Du's Greg Norton. Come on.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gregs,
we're going to be talking about the new box set, 1985, The Miracle Year. is going to be with us. What is this about Mr. Ryder?
He might pop in. You can buy the box set early at Grumpy's tomorrow night from our buds at Down in the Valley.
All right. Always good to have the buds from Down in the Valley. We'll play a game of Rank You Very Much, as it will be Thursday. Fletcher, what's coming up next?
You know what? I'm going to just go with what feels right on the music. I'm winging it. But I've got a couple of chances for you to text to win that TSO getaway and commercial free after 11:45 as we do.
Gorman in the Morning is also Gorman on the go. Get the 92 KQRS app and stream live or catch the Gorman in the Morning podcast anytime. 92 KQRS.